Hi everybody, this is Johnstown yoga class. Happy to say that 4 ladies here have joined me in the last session of our 8-week session, and I've asked them if they would kindly like to share some of their thoughts on their yoga practice. And we have Teresa McNeil, who has been in the classes for
about 20 years.
Yeah, I would say you were with me, Teresa, when we first started when I was volunteering. So I would say it was 24 years, actually.
I missed a few winters because I was away.
Yeah, but most of them you've been there. And I would like to say Teresa is 85, soon to be 86, and is the inspiration for the class. I can mention that freely. Mark, you joined us in the last few sessions.
September 21st was my first.
Okay, and I think I'm going to also introduce the other ladies that are here. And Barb, you're relatively new as well, the last few sessions. 2019, okay, all right. And Louise?
2020.
2020, okay. So there's some newbies here as well, yeah. And they just shared the whole 8-week with me. We're finishing it today, actually. So I'd like to ask some questions here, if I may, and very informal, just whatever it is that comes to your head or doesn't come to your head. It's okay if you don't want to answer the question, but we've just heard that you've been doing yoga for between 20 to 24 years. So how do you feel that yoga's helped you, Teresa?
Well, I think it's helped me a lot. I really miss it, actually, because, we have to say, although we've been doing it for 24 years, we do it for an 8-week session. 6-week session?
8-week sessions.
All 8 weeks, okay. But the winter and fall, or at least our spring and fall, we do it, right? And I really miss it when we don't do it. Summer's okay because there's lots of opportunity for exercise, gardening, and so on. But I miss it in the winter. So I guess I should say, positively speaking, what do I miss? I miss the opportunity to feel, at least, that I'm being, my flexibility is being maintained at least. I always feel better after sessions. It's invigorating, and it also tells me when there's parts of me that aren't working very well, and I can't do the moves as well as I should be able to. So the thing that I learned about it is that if you keep trying to move, keep trying to do the ones that are difficult, they really do come along.
Well, thanks for sharing that, Teresa. And Mark, how do you feel it's helped you?
Well, as I'm still, I would say, a little bit of a newbie because I'm still learning a lot about the various poses and how to get better at them. But in the last year, I've definitely become more aware of posture and definitely seen an increase in flexibility, which is really good. And I think the word that I have to take home for all of the sessions that we've had is body awareness, and the term body awareness. It's something that I've never had before. When you go to stretch, to move, to bend, to really listen to how the body is responding to your moves, whether they're in gardening, whether they're in making a bed, cleaning a tub, whatever. All those household activities, you can be more aware of how you're stretching and working some of the yoga moves and help to protect yourself in all those daily activities of living.
Oh, that's wonderful. And Barb, what about you? Have you felt it's helped you at all?
Oh, greatly. I think one thing that sticks out most with me is that in my daily life, I find I'm much more conscious of how I move and more protective of not hurting myself, which before I think I was pretty offhand about it. There was a change in our house this year. My husband got sick, so I'm suddenly lifting a lot more, and I think a lot of the strength that I'm using actually started with yoga. Lifting heavy things and using more body mechanics, but doing it very consciously.
That's great to hear. Yeah, that's helped. And Louise.
Yeah, what I found was before I started, if you had little aches and pains, like I was in pain in my side, and they couldn't figure out what it was. It just, but once I started yoga, it's gone. I haven't had that for a while. So it makes you stretch more and move your muscles.
That's great. Well, you've already said that you brought it into your daily life. Would you recommend it for seniors, for other seniors?
No question at all about that. And I can understand why people will say, well, no, I can't do those things, but that's the point, isn't it? Learning how to and become more conscious, as others have said here, be conscious of what you do in daily life. I know that when you stand at the sink, you know that you curve your back, you'll straighten up. I don't think I would have been aware of that. And so, yes, that's what I would say to others. To just and as Marty has said so well, that you become very much more conscious of your body and part of protect it and how to protect it, how to lift things with your legs instead of your back. It's not just about movements that we do here; those are wonderful, but it's about how you transfer those into what you're doing every day, and everybody needs that. I don't think there's anyone who would agree that they'd like to have that kind of help.
Well, that's wonderful. So it says, do you intend to continue your classes? By the sounds of it.
And I'd like to add something too. As a previous walker and somebody who enjoyed just being outside and mowing and walking, I didn't realize how much more yoga brought to your overall physical and mental wellness. It's not just enough to walk and to do some outdoor stuff. Yoga rounds out the whole picture.
Well, all your statements have, how can I say, because you know that I often say to you, yoga is not just about movement, it's much more than that. And everything you've said is that you've actually realized that it's much more, because it's not an exercise, it's much more. And the fact that you've all incorporated it into your being is yoga, is truly yoga. So I thank you all very much for taking this little extra.
I don't know if you want to have anything said about you, but I think it's important to say about you, Helen, that you are very, very, first of all, so enthusiastic, but you don't impose upon us. What you give us a bit of the ideal, you help us to move to that ideal, but you are so patient and so direct, you're very directive, and I appreciate that. Even if I can't meet direction, I know that you're not critical of me if I can't meet it, and it's extremely comfortable with you.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. Yeah. Well, you all know I'm passionate about yoga. And yoga is life, and I'm passionate about life. So it's great. I'm really happy that we've taken this time. And I'm going to put it on YouTube for seniors. I'm basically doing it for seniors of Richmond County. That's where my area is, basically. Of course, other seniors might see it, or other people might see it, but basically it's for Richmond County. And for others to maybe encourage to take it's not only a yoga class. I mean, there's great yoga teachers in Richmond County. That's one thing. You can go anywhere and take a yoga class. But there's other good programs in Richmond County which can be taken. So basically, it's get out there and move. That's really the bottom line. So thank you very much, ladies. I really appreciate it. And before you flip up, I am going to turn her off. All right.